Hi, everyone. This is Sarah Michel, and this is my fifth weekly challenge to God. As in my previous challenges, I'm going to be talking for the next 10 minutes or so, committing blasphemy and heresy, and waiting to see if God is going to turn up, show up, and do whatever he wants with me, right? Because he's omnipotent, so he can do anything he wants. But spoiler alert, nothing is going to happen. All right? So stay with me if you want to see if he eventually is going to turn up, if you believe in him or if you have any doubts. Now, I am an atheist, so I am sure nothing is going to happen to me. And that's why I do these streams. So this week, I had a question from a comment in one of my videos, and I thought it was a pretty interesting question. I was asked, if I don't believe in God, if I am an atheist, then why bother? Why do these videos? Why challenge God if God isn't real? Doesn't that imply that I believe in God because I am talking to him during in these streams? That's a pretty valid question, and the thing about this, it's important to make a distinction of what God I am talking about here. So the God that I am talking about in these streams is the interventionist, personal God that most Westerners, most Abrahamic religions claim to exist. It's the God that intervenes in the world. It's the God that punishes heretics. It's the God that does not tolerate dissidents and blasphemy. Now, I am a dissident, by the way. I was baptized in Catholicism. So I am a dissident. I have a special place in hell for me, according to these religions, especially with what I'm doing here, demanding God to prove himself to me, to challenge God, to commit so many more blasphemic acts and heretic acts and discourse that I constantly do on my channel and on my day-to-day life as well. So this is the God that I am talking about here, is the personal interventionist God. The God that punishes people, that kill people, that tortures people in hell, and at the same time, the God that saves a child from an accident, that somehow saves the life of your grandma when she has a heart attack. That kind of God that I am talking about here. So this is important. This is a very important thing to address here. To why am I challenging God? Now, this is important because if I truly believed in this God, if I truly believed in this omnipotent, vengeful God that does not tolerate dissidence, that does not tolerate blasphemy, I would not do these videos. If I had any doubts in my mind that this God could be real, I would be scared shitless of doing these videos. I would not do them. I do them because I know nothing is going to happen. I know no God is going to come down here and is going to punish me, is going to send me to hell and burn me through all eternity. I know none of that is going to happen. I know that because this God is both a logical and a physical impossibility. This God cannot exist. That's why I know that I can do all of this with impunity. The only consequence that I might suffer is if someone who believes in this God decides to hurt me. But then again, I have said this in every stream that I've done. If that happens, that only proves that this God does not exist. It's another evidence that this God is not real, because this God cannot hurt me, cannot intervene and cause me pain directly. He needs to send a human to do it. That is not an omnipotent interventionist God. If you believe in a God that makes miracles, you believe in a God that intervenes and changes things as he pleases, he should be able to come down here and punish me for my heresy. If he can't do that, it's because he doesn't exist, or he's not all powerful. So this is why I do this, to challenge this idea of this God and to show that I don't believe in him, because if I did, I wouldn't do this. So the challenge here is to this mythical God that does not exist. And the reason why I do this is, well, my channel right now is very small. I have 19 subscribers. My videos get less than 100 views, pretty much all of them. So my channel is tiny right now, but hopefully a year from now, my channel will be a lot bigger. So I'm building an archive. In the future, if my channel grows bigger, and I hope it does, I will have tons of videos where I committed blasphemy and heresy live in front of a camera, and God didn't do nothing to stop me. In fact, if my channel does grow big, not only God did nothing to stop me and to hurt me from being a heretic, but God also didn't do nothing to stop my channel to grow and for me to to have a voice in society. So it would be a very good material evidence against God. That is why I'm doing this. And if, depending on how it goes, if my channel grows big, if I get where I really want to go with this whole YouTube thing, I might do this for the rest of my life, to have for future generations a very, very large archive with demonstrable evidence that God does not intervene. That in this case, I was here publicly challenging him, demanding him to show himself, and he didn't do nothing. So it's material evidence that he is not real. That is the reason why I do this. And that is a demonstration of why, it's a demonstration that I don't really believe in such God. So I hope this answered the question. And as always, I encourage other atheists to do the same thing. With short stream every now and then. Challenge God. Don't ask him to prove himself to you. Demand him some evidence. Demanding is important because it shows that we are not submissive to God. We are demanding, and we are not fearful. And the fact that we are not fearful is a demonstration that we do not believe in him. Because if we were fearful, we would fear, we would be scared of going to hell for doing this, because there is a special place to hell for people who do this kind of thing. So the fact that I do it and I fear absolutely no punishment, no consequences from this, is an evidence that I do not believe in God. And when it comes to that God, I wouldn't even call myself an atheist. I would call myself an anti-theist. If you define theist, the theist God, as this interventionist personal God. But that is a topic for another video. So once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Cheers.